In our present society, we need to think, well, as Christians, we need to think of different ways about doing the things that we do. And, there's still Christians out there says, you should go out there and preach to people and all of that kind of stuff. But one of the things that street pastors has convinced me of that it's not about what you say, it's about what you do. And, the objectives of street pastors are to listen, to care, and to serve.
I think I first became involved in street pastors as a result of, I suppose, a lot of the problems that I saw growing up in the inner city area of Birmingham. I think I saw a lot of issues around young people who are getting involved in crime. A lot of my friends who ended up either in prison or in gangs. And so I think from a young age I always wanted to do something in my community. Yes, so we have a street pastors pack, which is normally comprised of a first aid kit, bottles of water, flip-flops, and just like information on local services. So once everybody's then changed and gathered, we'll kind of meet together and pray, just to kind of pray over, I suppose, each other as individuals, and then to pray over the night and that particular shift. We then will kind of call the local police and just let them know that a team of street pastors is going to be patrolling that particular night.
We were walking from Balham towards Clapham Common. We saw these three girls walking. This girl in the middle has got herself into a right state. She's very drunk. She was on the train at Clapham Common, and she actually fell off onto the platform. And as a street pastor team, we took over at that stage, made sure she got home safely. I basically felt that, anything could have happened to that young girl. And it just showed me, this is a project which is worthy of my best efforts, even if it's just keeping people like that safe.
I think one of the great things about street pastors is that we all approach the patrol with our own stories and our own backgrounds. So really, I think part of us and part of who we are actually comes across in those conversations. So I think kind of being, I suppose, a relatively young guy, it means that I'm then able to engage with other young men in a way that perhaps other street pastors aren't able to. So I think a few weeks back there was a guy who I think had quite a lot to drink and was kind of harassing this woman who was trying to walk home alone. So simply I just chose to kind of go up to him and shake his hand and say, "Hi, my name is Daniel." And then in doing that, it kind of took his attention away from this particular lady, and it then meant that he was then engaging with me. And then just in that simple moment, the situation was diffused. The lady was able to kind of walk home in peace.
It's a statistical fact that everywhere that there has been a street pastors team, that there's been a reduction in crime in that area over time. And a lot of police and a lot of councils are recognising that now. One of the things, particularly in Clapham when I worked there, that I'm particularly keen to do is make strong relationships with the gay community. There are 2 gay clubs on that road, and people say that Christians have preconceptions about gay people, but I believe that sort of works conversely as well. A lot of gay people have preconceptions about Christians. There was one occasion when there was one guy who was really drunk and we were desperate to help him, and all the time he just kept on saying to us, F off, constantly. At the end of the day, we're out there to offer help. If people don't want the help, that's absolutely fine. We're here if you need us. We
normally kind of go out patrol from around 10 p.m. until 3 a.m. And within that time, some nights you go out and you have numerous conversations with people. Other times you go out and you hardly speak to anyone. But I think one thing that we will always emphasize is just sometimes it can be one conversation that could actually change someone's life or help give them protection or safety when they most need it. And so sometimes it's just about finding that other individual, and you don't know what impact your conversations will kind of have on their life.